Hey, what's happening? So let's go over the first two little short solos that Marty Friedman does in Hangar 18. So the first thing, let's learn the riff that's being played over or underneath the solos. That riff is this. Okay, so to quickly analyze that, what we're dealing with is that there is a D chord. It's just a power chord, more or less, so it doesn't really tell us if it's a D minor or D major at this point. So we're thinking we got D, and then we got a B flat. Okay, so that's a power chord starting on the first fret of our A string. First one was open A, open D, and then that A note. So that's like a D or a power chord starting with our open D string. Okay, so there's then the B flat. After that, we got a regular old B. So that's power chord starting on the second fret, and then back to the B flat again. Okay, then the second half, D, B flat, B, C. Okay, so I'm thinking here, starting in D, that's the first, like our chord 1 of the D scale. That B flat is chord number 6 from the D minor scale, so I'm starting to think D minor here. That B natural, not really in the B minor scale, it's in the B major scale. So now I'm starting to think I can combine major and minor when it gets to that chord. And the second half goes up to a C, which is also would be a chord in the D minor scale. So all in all, I'm thinking D minor mixed with D major, or do something special over that B natural. You can use D Dorian right there. That's opens the gate for that possibility. Anyway, enough talking about the riff. Let's learn the solo. So let's start up on the 15th fret of our B string, which is going to be our D note. And we're going to start with a bend from D all the way up to E. So it's just a full bend. Okay, so the way I do this is I do the bend, and then I do a 1.5 bend from there. So I just bend it slightly higher. So then I can release the bend all the way back down to D. Okay, but I've also seen tabs and whatnots of seeing that you can do a bend, like a full bend, and then hold that bend and then add your pinky on the 16th fret. So instead of bending it an extra little half tone up, you're just using your pinky to get that same note. Okay, so moving on from there to the G string, I'm going to go 14 to 17, and then we'll do it again, 14, 17. Okay, so far this whole solo is just D minor pentatonic. Okay. So from there we're going to jump up to the high E string and go from 15 to 17. Okay, and after that we're going to slide up. We're not really going to slide, but we're going to move our finger up to the 20th fret and then do a hammer on and pull off from 17 to 20 and then back down to 17. Okay. Okay, so finishing this off would be the 20th fret of our B string, pluck it regular, and then a full bend. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to move our hand down to the 18th fret, pluck it regular, and then a full bend. release the bend, and I finish it on the 15th fret. I've seen other tabs where they finish it on the, what would that be, the 19th fret of your G string. So you got two options for that one. I like to finish my pointer finger on the 15th, but you can also finish on the 19th fret of your G string. Okay, so that whole little first mini solo, you got this. All right, so there is your first one. The second one. This one starts off with a 4-string D minor arpeggio. Okay. So that's starting up on our 17th fret of our high E string. We go from 17 to pull off to 13. And then 15 of the B, 14 of the G, 15 of the D. Okay. So this is like a classic 4-string arpeggio, and you can get a lot of use out of this in all different like types of places and contexts. So I would definitely practice this with this specific picking. Holy crap! So I would go downstroke, pull off, and then upstroke on the B, upstroke on the G, and then downstroke on the D string. Okay. So down, pull off, up, and then down. That way you're going back down the strings, starting with that downstroke. So it'd be down, then down on the G again, down on the B, down on the high E, and then a up and pull off. And you could do that over and over if you wanted to. Okay, thankfully we only have to do it once in this solo because it's actually pretty challenging to do that really fast. Anyhow, so that would be my suggestions for the picking of that, and that way you can, when you start using that that same kind of thing where for other arpeggios, other 4-string arpeggios, you already got the picking locked in. Okay, so we're going to do that arpeggio up and down one time. Okay, so after that we're going to do a 2-string arpeggio in the same spot. Okay, so that's just doing pull off from 17 to 13, and then 15 on the B string, back to 13 of the high E. And we do that a second time. Okay, so all in all we got this. All right, so that's over that D chord. Then the riff goes to the B flat, and then Marty Friedman goes to that. So that's doing that 4-string arpeggio, but he just moved that pinky note up one, which makes it now technically a B flat major 7 arpeggio. Okay. Or just think of it as your B flat arpeggio for this solo. So everything else will be the same. So instead of just being 17th fret on the high string, you got 18th fret for this one. Okay. Okay. So on this part, this is where the way I learned it and the way I hear it is different from a lot of the tabs that I've looked at. So what I hear is not the same as everybody else. Everybody else hears this. And that's what I saw in multiple tabs. Which makes sense. I mean, it totally makes sense. But I don't hear that E note in there. I hear it kind of just going back to the F. You can make up your own mind if you want to do it the way that it's tabbed by almost everybody else, or do it the way that I hear it. The way that everybody has it tabbed out: 17 to 13 pull off, and then 15 to 12 pull off. Okay, and then 13 to 12 pull off, and then finishing on the D note, the 15th fret of the B string. So that's 17, 13, 15, 12, 13, 12, 15, okay? I just hear it as 17, 13, 15, 13, and then 13, 12, 15. So that way, my way. Usually if everybody else hears it that way, then I'm probably wrong on that, but I figure maybe you hear it the same way I do. I don't know, but there's your two ways of doing that. Okay, so far we got this. Okay, following that. All right, so that's still just using this 2-string arpeggio, this 2-string D minor arpeggio. That should be nothing new, but then he's going to use a flat 5 in there, so that's the flat 5th of this chord. So first it's 17, 13, 15. This time, the second time, be 16, 13, 15. And then go back to that 16th fret. Okay. And the end of this one, 20th fret full bend, release, and 20, 17, and then 22 full bend. Actually, no, sorry, 22 with a 1.5 bend. Okay. And what's going on with this up here, that 22nd fret is our D note, and that's where our pentatonic scale would start again, or the minor scale would start again, way up here. So he's bending from the first note up into the third note of the scale, which is another note of the D minor chord. Okay, so that's where you're having to do a 3 fret equivalent bend, so 22 with a 1.5 bend. So that'd be the equivalent of if you had a 25th fret. Okay. All right, so here is this whole solo number 2. You got this. And there is your second solo. So there you have the first 2 little mini solos from Marty Friedman. Practice them, get good at them. Thanks for watching this video, and keep your eyes open for more. All right, take it easy.